Hello, everybody. It's Anthony Crane with Pocket Coach, and today we are going to cover the Wiki experiment. So in this experiment, the team adopts a wiki for collaboration purposes. Okay, so what problem does this one? Oh, let me start my 5-minute timer. There we go. Okay. So in this particular experiment, what's the problem we're solving for? We have a lot of people who work on stuff. They have work in progress and they keep it on their local machine, and we can't find it. And we know we saw some good stuff in it and we want to show it to someone else or keep thinking about it, and we can't even get to that information. And if that person's not around, now we got to wait, for a day or a week before we can find that thing again. So it makes it hard to find. It's hard to collaborate on these assets and causes unnecessary delay. So the other problem is we end up with multiple versions. Like you make a copy, I make a copy, I make edits, you make edits, and now everything's out of sync and who knows where the master copy really is. So all these things can be easily avoided if your team adopts a wiki. Hypothesis. A wiki will allow us to quickly find these assets that are in progress and to collaborate on them, to improve on them, right? Rather than saying, can you do this, can you do that? We just do it, right? We collaborate, we collectively own. You can always revert it if someone messes it up, right? We can also make quick decisions. Hey, look, if we can quickly see that half-baked idea, we can still make a good decision right now. So we're going to make faster decisions, right? Based on these half-baked assets. It'll also, when we talk to a stakeholder and I bring up that asset, I'm going to have the same version and I'm going to give the same information to that stakeholder. I can't tell you how many times people have their own copies of everything and the stakeholders are getting a whole bunch of different pieces of information. Not helpful, okay? So the wiki will resolve these things. Time frame, I give it 6 weeks, and every 2 weeks ask, is it working? In general, the outcomes you're looking for here, you should see an absolute increase in team productivity for sure because of this collective editing. You'll see way fewer interruptions to be like, hey, can you send me a link to that? Can you tell me where that is, right? The wiki is part of the search-based culture. So you should be able to find any item in a wiki without having to look it up. You should also see an increase of quality in stakeholder communications. For skill growth, we have some example tools here. Confluence, my absolute favorite of these tools. And we're going to do a video on Confluence to help you understand some great ways to use Confluence if it is your wiki. You can also use MS Teams. When I last used it was a pretty weak wiki, but it was years ago now. So who knows if it's gotten better. In terms of skill, at level 0, so this is again, if you're using the Pocket Coach app, at level 0, you've had training or self-study in your wiki tool, so Confluence training, for example. At level 1, you've actually used it, seen it used to actually get some work done. At level 2, you actually use the wiki itself in your collaboration and shared work. At level 3, you know how to set up a space for a team or for a product. You understand the working agreements around the wiki. At level 4, you maybe are a member of the Wiki governance board, talking about what rules to allow, what stuff not to allow, etc. And finally, at level 5, you could administrate the tool. Me, I'm a level 4 Confluence person. I think I'm level 4 MS Teams, although it has been a couple of years, so maybe I've decayed some of that skill. So that's the Wiki experiment. We will cover the working agreement for the wiki in the Confluence video. So just to give you some summary of that, one of the things we say is that you will search for 1 minute in the wiki before you bug somebody. And that's huge. So if you find something in a minute, you just saved an interruption, a delay for the response, right? All that stuff gets saved. So just search for 1 minute. And another thing is that you're not going to email, this kind of stuff. Everything is searchable. You don't share links. People can find the links, right? If you search for something and you don't find it, then another working agreement is that you will then, okay, where can I get that page? You get the link or you get the better search, whatever. You find the page and then you add your thought to it. The thing that you search for, you put that on the page, either as a keyword or directly on the page, so that the next person who thinks the same way you do, they can find it. So if you guys all make that commitment to search the wiki before interrupting each other, it's amazing what an accelerator this can be. All right, so that's it. I'm Anthony Crane. That is the Wiki experiment. I hope you guys try it. Confluence happens to be my favorite, but any wiki will do. And I hope you found this video useful. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I'll see you guys on the next one.